Hello, and welcome to the latest news of Data Delhi. With heavy hearts, we announced a sudden passing of a true Hollywood legend, Alexandra Cornelia Moltke. Alexandra Cornelia Moltke was born in Uppsala, Sweden on February 11, 1946, of Danish and American parentage, the elder of two daughters, to Count Carl Adam Moltke, son of Count Carl Moltke and Countess Mab Moltke, née Wilson, formerly Wright. Count Moltke was a permanent member of the Danish mission to the United Nations, and Countess Moltke was an editor at Vogue. Through her American grandmother, Cornelia van Rensselaer-Thayer, Alexandra and her younger sister, Victoria, are descended from the Livingston, Schuyler, Bayard, and Van Rensselaer families. Victoria Winters was represented by Alexandra Isles in the popular TV series Dark Shadows. She began an affair with a married man after she rose to fame. He was eventually charged with murder. Since then, her sweetheart has passed away. Now that her spouse has passed away, Alexandra continues to make documentaries while living her life with the members of her remaining family. Alexandra Moltke Islands was just another young New Yorker before she became a star of the television series Dark Shadows. Her mother was an editor for Vogue UA, while her father was employed by the Danish mission to the UN. The young Alexandra was influenced by her parents' careers, which is evident in all of her later work. Being the child of a UN ambassador has given Alexandra a heightened awareness of other people's suffering and their common difficulties. The aspiring actress's early years also taught her what it was like to be an outsider because she hated school and spent most of her time reading. She began acting when she was growing up and eventually earned the role of Victoria Winters on the hit TV series Dark Shadows. Even while she initially appreciated the role, she later admitted that she wished Victoria had more to offer, noting that the other characters all had compelling stories to tell while Victoria's remained somewhat uninteresting. After being found guilty, Claus posted $1 million bail and made the decision to appeal his 30-year sentence. Alexandra met the guy she would wed while working in television. Her parents announced her engagement to Philip Henry Alexandra in a statement to the New York Times on July 11, 1967. On October 28 of that year, 1967, Alexandra tied the knot with her first husband, but the union was doomed from the start. Little under 10 years were spent in Alexandra's first marriage, which ended in divorce in 1976. Before they parted ways, the couple had one child. After her first marriage, Alexandra went on to date a well-known man, but their relationship ended tragically for both of them. A sad death and a relationship. The public had grown to appreciate Alexandra as a result of her work on television by the 1980s, and she was well positioned for the future. Few people were aware of her relationship with Danish-born socialite Claus von Bülow at the time. Nonetheless, their romance would eventually come to light. Many believed that Claus had intended to inherit Martha's enormous $75 million wealth when she passed away in order to wed his mistress, Alexandra, at long last. Claus was found guilty of murder in Newport, Rhode Island, in 1982 in one of the most well-known trials of the time. Santa, however, was not going down without a fight. After being found guilty, Claus posted $1 million bail and made the decision to appeal his 30-year sentence. Claus was able to appeal the previous verdict with the assistance of Professor Alan Dershowitz, and a new trial began. In the second trial, Thomas Puccio defended Claus, and the two fought valiantly. The defense asserted that Martha had intentionally or accidentally put herself into a coma, as opposed to the prosecution's continued attempt to show that Claus planned his wife's coma. Claus was able to clear himself of all accusations after yet another round of cross-examining witnesses and deliberations. It became evident during the course of the trial that Alexandra had fallen in love with Claus and had thought he would divorce his wife for her. In the end, Claus received very little of Martha's wealth, and his stepchildren continued to be insistent that he was to blame. Martha was in a coma for years before her away in December 2008. He also passed away in 2019 at the age of 92. Getting through the trial but losing my husband. Alexandra moved on with her life after her relationship with Claus was made public and she was subjected to cross-examination as a key witness. After his second trial, Claus mostly remained to himself, although the case was turned into a movie. Alexandra left acting and fell in love once more. After breaking up with Claus, Alexandra later wed Alfred Jaretsky. Throughout his life, Alfred trained budding surgeons and served as a professor emeritus of clinical surgery. His passing on May 29, 2014, shocked many because he had received numerous honors and had made significant contributions to numerous medical sectors. At the age of 77, it appears that Alexandra has chosen to remain single and devote her time to her career. Alexandra began her career as an actor before pursuing a career in documentary filmmaking. She received appreciation for her ability to respect historical truth and keep the voices of individuals she interviewed alive. The actress most recently worked with the rest of her Dark Shadows castmates in a production of A Christmas Carol in 2021. In contrast to numerous Hollywood controversies, like Kevin Costner's divorce, Alexandra was able to go forward. Adam Isles, her sole biological child, is a capable attorney who is currently a partner at the Chertoff Group. The actress has 2 little grandchildren. Thanks for watching my video.